In fact, for the comprehensive, like in India, of course the population covered is big also, might be 300 million people.
Right.
But the problem is the coverage is limitation, not like in Indonesia, very comprehensive.
So how about in China?
Oh, China, yes, but the China a little bit fragmented because rural and urban is different type of system. But of course, the population is huge, right, in Indonesia. But as you know that number one population is actually China, but now overtaken by India. Yeah, already more similar, or maybe more in India now. And then US, and number 4 is Indonesia. So Indonesia is now the 4th most populous country in the world. And now we can, previously, next slide please. Next slide. Yeah. So about the universal coverage, and we are in the BPJS has duties and objective of BPJS Kesehatan to achieve universal coverage, and in this year actually we have been targeted to achieve 98% of the members covered by BPJS. But our position now is more than 96% of the population. Yeah, I know in US, but I do not mention it. Okay, then the aim is to increase the access of certain quality of healthcare with protection and efficiency, of course, the equity. If you remember in Jogja, there was a book entitled For the Poor, It is Forbidden to Fall Sick. And now I change. If you are poor, if you got sick, then it is forbidden to pay. If you are a member of BPJS. So the important thing should be the member of BPJS, the beneficiaries. And then what is universal coverage? Of course, according to WHO, there are 3 dimensions. How much is the population coverage? Then how high the benefit package? How wide? And then the out-of-pocket payment. So how much is the out-of-pocket payment? So basically, increase the access, accessibility, availability, acceptability, then increase the protection. There are no financial burden outside the entitled or policy, including the long-term course of psychiatric patient actually should not be additional cost. Actually, the BPJS policy. But as I mentioned, sometimes because prospective payment, then the hospital trying to innovate new type of, increasing input of the tariff, so they make limitation, just 2 weeks, for example. Then quality, previously because BPJS has seen it was, inserted, always has debt, and also we owe to the hospital, to the bank. So the hospital, especially doctors, our colleagues, treated sometimes discriminated if the people are member of the BPJS. Then therefore, for the quality, we say should not, no discrimination. This is not here. No discrimination. Efficiency, cost-effective medicine and health, medical devices. Equity, whether it is related to the place, whether in Jakarta or outside Jakarta, but of course it is not easy. Then gender, age, and socio-economic status. Then this is the universal coverage, and this all supported by digital technology. So we are, as you mentioned, we are trying to use the industrial revolution number 4 or 5.0 to increase the digital transformation, even artificial intelligence to detect the fraud from hospitals who are committed fraud. Next slide, please. So, not yet. Yeah. The problem in Indonesia, now we are having epidemiologic transition. And the elderly increase now more than 10%, around 11% of our whole population are elderly, more than 65 years. Of course, the cost is increasing because utilization is increased. And the coverage now already 96, more than 96, and every day it increases. And Pak David, here, this guy, who are responsible person as the director of membership. And the good thing, he is the former director of Telkom, one of the director of telecommunication. So we have to be, digital transformation, and he also supported. And Pak Mahlil here, he is the director of the research and development, planning and development, including research. So now we have a journal, and we are doing research, and I will talk later. Next slide, please. So here, as we mentioned about WHO framework for health financing, where revenue, rising, pooling and purchasing, and the benefits, then how to make equity resources distribution. Of course, it is not easy. Efficiency, transparent and accountability. So our final coverage goal is that utilization relative to need will be increased and covered. Then financial protection, equity in finance. So those who are rich should pay more, but sometimes not like that, sometimes.
BPJS Kesehatan